Hello, welcome to BioGreat TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. How political parties started in Malawi. Malawi was part of what was called the Nyasaland Protectorate under the British rule. Later in the 1950s, Nyasaland was joined with Northern and Southern Rhodesia in 1953 to form the Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasaland. In 1944, the Nyasaland African Congress (NAC) was established. The organization soon spread across Southern Africa. In July 1958, Dr. Hastings Kamuzu Banda, who had been away in the United States, Britain and Ghana, returned to the country, and upon his return, he assumed leadership of the NAC, which was later renamed as the Malawi Congress Party (MCP). When elections for a new legislative council were held on the 15th of April 1961, the MCP won an overwhelming victory. Hastings Banda became Prime Minister on the 1st of February 1963 while the country was still under British rule. Later in December of that year, the Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasaland was dissolved. Malawi became a fully independent nation on the 6th of July 1964, which was when it adopted the name Malawi. 2 years later, Malawi became a republic and a one-party state with Banda as president. Later in 1970, the MCP declared Hastings Banda president for life. Banda operated a totalitarian regime with the paramilitary wing of the Malawi Congress Party, the Young Pioneers, helping to keep Malawi under Banda's control. Various laws were enacted to control the people. There were dress codes for women, unacceptable hair length for men, movies to be authorized before being aired in cinemas. The church was state-controlled, and Jehovah's Witnesses were persecuted and forced to leave the country. Criticism of the government was not taken lightly. Even telephone conversations were monitored, and mails from abroad were read before being delivered and sometimes edited. In spite of such rigid government control, Banda managed to keep peace in the country for most of the time he was in power. With time, domestic unrest began to brew. The international community and Malawian churches began to clamor for reforms. With the increasing pressure, a referendum was held where the Malawian people were asked to vote for either a multi-party democracy or the continuation of a one-party state. On the 14th of June 1993, the people of Malawi voted overwhelmingly in favor of a multi-party system. Free and fair national elections were held on the 17th of May 1994, and Bakili Muluzi, leader of the United Democratic Front (UDF), was elected president. Bakili Muluzi had founded the UDF in 1992, and it became the first party to come to power when multi-party democracy began in Malawi. Muluzi was in office as president until 2004, serving 2 terms. Bingu Mutharika, also of the UDF, succeeded Muluzi as president. This was the first transition from one democratically elected president to another in Malawi. Muluzi remained the leader of the party. Though the party won the presidency, it however did not win a majority of seats in parliament as it did previously in the 1994 and 1999 elections. It had to form a government of national unity with several opposition parties to become the majority. Shortly after his election, Mutharika had a fallout with the leadership of the party, and he left the party in February 2005 to establish the Democratic Progressive Party (DPP). When elections were held in 2009, the new DPP emerged victorious. This prompted mass defections from the UDF to the ruling DPP. As time went by, Bingu Mutharika became increasingly controlling in the party he founded. His vice president, Joyce Banda, was sidelined, and it became known that he was grooming his brother, Peter Mutharika, to take over from him. She expressed her dissatisfaction with the president's intentions, and Mutharika had her kicked out of the party. However, the court ruled that she was still the vice president of the country, even though she was not the vice president of the party. Subsequently, Joyce Banda founded her own party, the People's Party. When Mutharika died in April 2012, Banda, being the vice president, succeeded Mutharika as president. She became the first female president of Malawi and the second head of state after Queen Elizabeth II. The DPP now became the opposition under the leadership of Peter Mutharika. In May 2014, when Joyce Banda ran as the presidential candidate of the People's Party, she suffered heavy defeat to Peter Mutharika of the DPP. Mutharika also succeeded in securing a second term after emerging victorious in the May 2019 presidential elections, defeating his closest rival, Dr. Lazarus Makathi Chakwera of the Malawi Congress Party, MCP. What have we missed out of this history? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel.